Nikita Morel, a copywriter and marketing strategist for architects. And welcome to day 4 of 30 architecture website fixes in 30 days. So today we're going to be exploring why a distinct tone of voice is crucial on your website and how it can help you get more and better clients. Before we get started, I just want to note that when I talk about tone of voice, I'm talking about how a business expresses itself through the written word. So the tone of voice is what you say and how you say it. So this includes not only the words you choose, but their order, rhythm, and pace. The tone of voice you use in your website copy is an extension of your brand and therefore an expression of your brand personality. Okay, let's get started. So I just want to take you through the example of Flax Studio. And I chose them because A, I just love what they do, and B, I think they have a very distinct tone of voice that's carried consistently throughout their website. I just want to take you through to their studio text. So for example, they've said to flackify something simply means that we help transform our client's vision into experiences. It then follows on and it says we work together with all of our clients, not under them, not over them, to create something honest and unique. So it continues on like this. And what happens is you immediately get a feel for the people behind the practice. You get a sense of what drives them, their love, their hates, their passions. And as a prospective client, you can decide whether they're a good fit for you. The tone of voice is friendly, conversational, and witty, but it's also professional. And I believe a lot of architects don't think that professional and personable can marry, but here's an example that it is possible. So unlike a cold, faceless architecture firm, Flax Copy draws you in and you connect with the practice. Put simply, it humanizes the firm. And remember, clients hire you, not your firm. They hire the people behind the firm. So aside from creating an emotional connection, here are 3 other reasons why a tone of voice is so important. Well, number 1, it sets you apart from your competition. So for example, this is one of my favorite sections of the website. It says there's a bear in there and a chair as well. Some things actually need to be in a closet. It's all ours, but that's probably obvious. This is my favorite. Every day that a client is late paying their invoice is a day the boys go without dinner. When we lose our marbles, we always check here first. And finally, we burn most of our calories smiling and sitting at the table. So as you read through these slides, you can't help but feel that it would be an absolute pleasure to work with these guys. But the key takeaway is that Flax's tone of voice is distinct, recognizable, and unique. It's unlike other architecture firms, which means that you're more likely to remember them as opposed to their competition. Number 2, as to why you should have a tone of voice and why it's so important, is that it builds trust. Marketing studies show there's a strong link between familiarity and trust, because something familiar requires little effort to process mentally. They're most likely to, feel at ease around it. And this is true of Flax Studio. As you move around their website, it starts to become familiar, as if you know them. For example, on their We Support section, it says, it's not just about making beautiful spaces, we believe in making meaningful contributions to our community. So, this carries on through the whole website. And again, it just solidifies this feeling of connection and trust. And the third reason is tone of voice can be used to influence and persuade. It's often the way we say something that breeds a certain feeling. So people can be very sensitive to language, forming impressions of people as soon as they begin to hear or read their words. So if you go onto the careers page, you can see up here it says, we are looking for awesome, is that you? Now it would be very different if they had, and it would evoke a different feeling if they had written looking for a junior level architect. So you've got to remember to carry it through your whole website. But remember this, a successful tone of voice should go without notice. The aim is not for your audience to remark on your great writing, but instead to remark on your great practice. And to help identify your practice's tone of voice, you need to ask yourself, what do you want to pop into to their prospective clients' heads when they think about your architecture practice? Or how do you want your ideal client to feel? Okay, and just one other example that I just really want to show you, because this is actually one of my absolute favorites, is Moz, a studio based in New York. Now, before I show you this, I'm just not suggesting that all architects use this approach, but I just want to use it to highlight the way tone of voice can really create a sense of who your practice is. So you scroll down and you're hit with a big block of text which says office statement. Now, for example, you can tell in the opening sentence, it kind of sets the intention of the whole piece. It says, if given the choice between staring blankly into space or reading architects' office statements on their website, we choose the first. They all say the same thing. We're sustainable, responsible with budgets, experienced, award-winning, etc. And it continues on, for example, down the bottom it says we have built buildings, we are currently making some more. This website indexes that work. So as you can see, it's sarcastic, witty, and taps into some cold, hard truths. It's written like rambling thoughts, fragmented sentences blurring into one another. But as you read it, you feel like you're an insider. I just love the risk they've taken. And in doing so, they're definitely going to filter out clients who don't align with them, but they'll attract clients who do. So it's a very, very clever strategy. And look, it's important to spend time identifying your tone of voice, and then it's really important to communicate this to your entire team so everyone's on the same page, because you need consistency on all touch points. So emails, client presentations, award submissions. And when identifying your tone of voice, there are really two things you need to identify to nail it. And that's number one, understanding your target clients or your target audience. And number two, understanding your brand. So this includes your brand values, your value proposition. So without understanding these two things, identifying your tone of voice is really hard. And listen, if after watching this video you're thinking, okay, we need a distinct tone of voice but have no clue where to start, then just send me an email. Developing a tone of voice for architecture practices is one of my specialties. I love doing it. So definitely hit me up. My email address is hello@nikitamorel.com. And I shall see you tomorrow for day 5. So be sure to tune in. Thanks. Bye.